Quick summary to start with, 35. I love Batman and Lego and Disney. I have 2 boys, 9 and 5. I have 2 stepdaughters who are 11 and 8. They're gorgeous kids and do my best. I don't currently work. It's the first time in my life that I haven't worked, and that was since I had a breakdown just over 12 months ago.
When you talked about getting told to go home from so many different hospitals, what got you through that experience?
After the second hospital turned me away, I actually jumped in my car and I drove to Sydney. I've got family in Sydney. At that time, the minute I crossed the border, I knew I couldn't come back because the borders were closed.
COVID.
Yes. So basically, I was forced to go and deal with it. And my older sister, words can't explain how much she did for me. I've always been very close to my sister. She's 12 years older than me, so she's always looked after me. She kept saying, "What do you need? I'll do it for you. You know, I need a cleaner for my house because I'm moving out. Right, leave it with me. I'll get it done. You know, I need to get this stuff packed. Don't worry about it. I'm on it. I've contacted Dad, and Dad's doing this and this and this for you." And she was the middleman for me, and I wasn't very nice to her during that time. I thought she was meddling, but she was just doing the best she knew how, trying to deal with a 34-year-old that unfortunately was acting like a 2-year-old. At one point, I even had a tantrum where I kicked the kitchen bench and broke my toe because she wouldn't give me her phone. She's got 3 kids and 2 stepkids of her own, full house, and she always made sure that someone was checking on me. She didn't necessarily always know what to do, which was very frustrating for her because she likes to know what to do. But when she did figure out what to do, and when I did tell her what to do, she just did it, no questions asked. So that was a major support that was available to me 24/7. No matter what I needed, someone was there in that house for me. And funnily enough, I had a very old acquaintance, I guess, like a friend of a friend, like we barely remembered each other, that happened to get in touch with me through something I was giving away on Facebook. That was Ross. Just got chatting and he couldn't believe what I'd been through and what I was going through. And he goes, "Just tell me what I can do. I just feel so sorry for you. What can I do?" And for someone who was basically a stranger, he packed my house up for me. He hired a truck and moved my stuff for me. He got a storage unit. He helped clean up stuff. He delivered things everywhere. He checked in on me every day. He sent me flowers. And then when I came back from Sydney and I was homeless, he opened his house to me. His daughter gave up her room for me. When I got sent to hotel quarantine, he got his children babysat and took time off work to come to hotel quarantine with me so that I wasn't in quarantine alone and vulnerable. Needless to say that he's now my current partner and again has been my absolute rock through everything. He again opened his home to me and my children. He built a computer for my son. I've never met another person with a heart that big to help. The kindness and generosity, expecting nothing in return, just wanting to help me, changed my entire mindset from not wanting to be here anymore to having faith that I was important again. I didn't think people like that existed. So for anyone else out there, there's always people out there, whether you know them yet or not. The world has a funny way of bringing people into your life when you need them for the reasons you need them. On a day-to-day basis, the biggest prize for me, knowing that I got through all that because of their support, is that my kids still have me. And I still have my kids. You know, when I had my breakdown, I was struggling with the idea of being a parent. I thought I was a terrible parent. I didn't want to parent. It's too hard, you know, all that business. And I felt like the worst person in the world because I couldn't explain to people how I couldn't love my children with all of my heart. I would die for my children, but I didn't want to be around them and I didn't want to parent them at that time because I did not have the mental capacity to comprehend it. You know, whereas now, every time I pick them up from school, every time they're asleep in their bed, and I just want to sneak in there with them. And I see things like my eldest got class president. He was so proud, and I was so proud. And then when I thought I couldn't be more proud, he says another child in the class got too shy to read her speech, and he was really disappointed because he was really looking forward to hearing what she had to say. He goes, "Oh, I wish I had thought of this sooner. I should have offered to read it for her, and then her speech would have got read." That little moment for me just, reminded me what beautiful children I have and how much I would have been missing out on if I didn't accept their help and push through and come out the other side. Because in those darkest moments, I thought they were better off without me. So I guess that's the gift that Ross and Sandy and my dad, anyone who did stand by me, that's the gift that they've given me, is being able to watch my kids grow up and be in their lives.